Hey guys, it's HINA here at Rebalance Physical Therapy in Center City, Philadelphia, as well as on the main line in Narberth, Pennsylvania. Our clinic specializes in treating anything hip, spine, pelvis, and pelvic floor related. And today I want to address a question that we are finding on many of our video consults that we do around the country as well as around the world, a question that's being asked over and over. And what I'm also hearing is that healthcare practitioners are also, in my opinion, giving incorrect advice. So I want to kind of clear it up. And the question is, will masturbation or having an orgasm help my pelvic pain issues? So for those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, haven't seen any of my videos, when we talk about pelvic pain, it could be anything in the pelvic region, all right? Now, when I'm talking about pelvic region, when we look at the skeleton, for those of you who are not familiar with anatomy, is this area right here. This is called the pelvis. Pelvic pain can be anything in this area. But I have a feeling for this video, for those of you who are actually, listening to this, many of you have, for men, are having scrotal, testicular, penile pain, and for women, you're having clitoral, vulvar pain, as far as most of you guys who are probably watching this video. But pelvic pain, okay, is anything in and around this area, including the sexual organs. So that's also the tailbone as well, right in through there. So I'm going to talk to you about why masturbating, having an orgasm is not going to solve your issue. And unfortunately, what I am hearing is that people's healthcare practitioners are telling them to go and masturbate to get this pain better. And I'm here to tell you that is not what the scientific evidence is showing. And I have a ton of experience in this area as well as my colleagues. And we actually attend conferences with some of the most, experts around the world in this area. And I'm here to tell you, masturbation is not going to solve this issue. Now, why? So for those of you who have watched my other videos, subscribe to my channels, you're going to know a lot of what I'm going to be telling you. But for those of you who are watching this video for the first time, we got to talk about why is it that masturbation is not going to help this. And in order for me to explain that, we're going to kind of show you a model of that area on the skeleton where I said this is the pelvis. Now, if we look at this pelvis has a back, all right? It's got two sides and it's got a front, all right? The back is right in through here. Now, if we look at this pelvis inside, you see all this red stuff, okay? The red stuff is attached to the two sides, the back around the tailbone, as well as the front right behind the pubic bone. This is the pubic bone, right? All this red stuff is muscle. And this group of muscles, because these muscles are not just one big muscle, it's a group of like 8 muscles on each side. And so this group of muscles is called your pelvic floor. Now, your pelvic floor muscles are responsible for anything sexually related, for control, sexually, bladder, as well as bowel related. Okay, so if we look at the underside of this, now this is a female pelvis, but the male pelvis is not really a whole lot different, except this is a penis, okay, and you've got scrotum and testes and things like that. But the muscles are very much the same. All right, so if you look at underneath this, you can see there's the rectum that these muscles go through, okay? This is the vaginal canal, but again, male organ would be in that place. And then there is the urethra, which is what you pee out of. So these muscles control function in that area. They also help with orgasm. Now, most of you might be thinking, well, if these muscles are responsible for that, wouldn't having orgasms or masturbating, wouldn't that help this get better? And I'm here to tell you, probably not. Why? Now, if you are having pain in this area, okay, of the pelvis, and these muscles are involved, typically what's going on is these muscles are tight, right? And there's a whole host of reasons as to why these muscles are tight. But if you're having pain, we're going to make the assumption that these muscles are tight. And that's pretty much most of the time what is going on. If these muscles are tight, I want you to think of these muscles kind of like a tight fist, all right? Tight fist, if you keep it like this for a long period of time, your fist is not going to feel too good. You're not going to get good blood flow into your hand. When you don't get good blood flow into your hand, the nerves in your hands are not happy, and then your whole hand starts to become tight because you're not getting that nice fluid flow into your hand, all right? When you're having an orgasm, all right, which is the product of masturbating, these muscles are actually contracting to create that sensation and that orgasm type feeling. all right? So does it make sense for muscles that are already tight to further tighten through orgasm to make symptoms better? And I'm here to tell you no. All right, it would actually be the opposite. It would actually be learning how to relax and lengthen these muscles versus contract them even further to contribute to more pain. Now, I'm not saying masturbating is going to lead to further pain, but some it can. For some of you, it's not going to change anything. And I would say very, very rarely, if at all, have I heard that masturbating actually helps my pain. Now, there might be a few of you out there that are for sure going to leave me comments like, well, I masturbate and it helps my pain. But scientifically, I would say 99% of the time, it is not going to help your pain. And if it does help your pain, it's going to help more on perhaps a post-relaxation kind of level, but typically the pain will still be there or it will come back. So I hope that makes sense for those of you who feel like, hey, yeah, like this video is resonating with me and that makes sense. Now, if this does make sense, what do you do about it, right? If you're having pelvic pain and you're not, you've gone to a ton of healthcare providers, nobody really understands what's going on, they're giving you advice, they're giving you antibiotics for infections that you don't have, then a lot of this has to do with these pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so what do we do about these pelvic floor muscles? How do we get them under our control versus them controlling us? So we have actually created an online program called the Pelvic Pain Solution. There's one for male and there is one for female. And when I say one for male and one for female, with the anatomy that you are born with, because we have tons of clients that come to us that have actually changed their sexual preference. So I don't want to say a man or a woman, but we do have a male pelvic solution as well as a female pelvic solution. And what we do is we actually take you step by step through everything as far as why does this happen? Why does this develop? Take you through the anatomy as far as other muscles that are involved, not just with these pelvic floor muscles, because these muscles don't actually work alone. They work with a whole group of muscles around the spine, the hip, the pelvis, the tailbone, the abdominals, groin, everything like that. So we've actually created a program, hopefully it tags right here in the corner of this video, or it's in the information box below where you can actually click on it, purchase the program, and actually start on it right away. But we take you through 40 plus videos of all the pertinent stretches, all the pertinent release techniques, all the release techniques in and around the pelvis as well as the pelvic floor that will help to really get this pain under control and get you on your way to feeling a lot better. We also do consults, which by demand that we've heard, like I said, all around the country as well as all around the world, of people seeking our help and our advice, and then really trying to connect you with other therapists potentially in your area that you might be able to see to kind of further help you along your way. But the program, we've had it out now for 1.5 years. We're getting just a ton of positive feedback. Lots of people feeling like they finally have someone that understands what's going on. They don't feel like they're abnormal and they're alone, because I know how many people feel. I hear it all the time of how they feel alone, like, why am I the only person going through this? And I'm here to tell you, by far, you are not the only person who is going through this. But please understand, masturbating is not going to get this better. So that was the point of this video. I tend to talk a lot and I tend to go on and on and on, so I'm trying to make them shorter. But I hope that answers some of your questions. For those of you who are really looking for a fast, easy solution to kind of get this, to learn about this process more and to really understand, educate yourselves, the program is great. I'm not saying it just because, we developed it at our clinic, but I truly do feel from all the feedback we're getting from it that people are really starting to get this under control. So reach out to us, subscribe to our videos. We really try and add a lot of content. I know a lot of it is redundant, but I think it really helps people understand problems over and over. Come onto our website. We have lots of other good blogs and information. And hopefully I might see some of you guys for a consult, and then hopefully we'll see you in the program. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful